Welcome back to Obscured Reality. We're back to our 3,000 followers, your favorite two people. So, tonight, I'm thinking we're going to have to talk about 3-Eye Atlas again.
You lied to me.
Yeah, kind of. This kind of an update, as well as kind of just going over previously gone over things, but having to do with the oddities, and categorized with a little more detail for a lot of these, but short detail, which is good. So it won't be too long tonight. But an update on a recently talked about new oddity. So, Stephanie, I'll start by asking you. You remember, I think we just posted this video last Friday. I think a week or so ago, we talked about 3-Eye Atlas and a new oddity, and I showed some pictures. And they were drastic enough in your mind that I could tell by the look on your face something changed. And we talked about that. You remember what that oddity was?
I do believe it was like the symmetry, or the way that the I can't remember the words, but it was
Symmetry is a word.
so no
The
for the
jets.
that's what it was for the jets coming up.
Jets.
Yes,
the symmetry of those jets. Okay,
yeah.
I just want to make sure
Perfect like angles from each other. Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure you got that in your head. Let's begin. We'll talk about category A. So this is statistically rare or unusual, but natural is still possible, oddities. So number 1, extreme CO2 to water ratio. So CO2 roughly 8 times water content, among the highest ever measured in a comet. Why does it matter? It suggests formation in a radically different stellar environment. Yeah, acceptable. Perfect. Number 2, high active surface fraction. 20% or more of the nucleus appears active. Most comets have far similar active regions. Why it matters? It implies unusual internal structure or volatile distribution. And also, at the end of this, we're going to look at Avi Loeb's website and look at some photos real quick, as well as some of his verbiage, which is important, which is why I want to look at that mainly. Number 3, symmetric jet geometry. Okay, this is what we talked about last week. There's an update on it, and I'm curious what you're going to think on this. Multiple jets appear evenly spaced around the nucleus. We already know this. Why does it matter? Possible natural explanation, but rare to see this symmetry so clearly. What's the new update on that? Avi Loeb has said they are evenly spaced 120 degrees apart.
Yes.
Not, it looks like that.
No,
Based on the angle, and maybe they're off a little bit. He said they are evenly spaced 120 degrees apart. He has now said that since we did that last episode.
That does not surprise me.
More confirmation here on the high strangeness of this thing. Okay. Number 4, strong sun-facing anti-tail, large dust tail pointing towards the sun. Extends extremely far, which is hundreds of thousands to 1 million kilometers. Why it matters? Rare geometry and dynamics. Anti-tail has been between 300,000 and 600,000 miles. The length has surpassed the moon to Earth distance. If I recall correctly, it's about 2 to 3 times Earth to moon distance. That's insane. Insane. Never
really long.
Ever before seen. Wobbling jets and rotational instability. The jet behavior suggests complex or tumbling rotation. Why does this matter? could indicate unusual mass distribution or fragmentation. Number 6, periodic brightness cycles, repeating light curve patterns or heartbeat. Why it matters? Rotation alone may not fully explain the pattern. So the pattern they're seeing, I'd say maybe looks semi-normal, but it kind of also doesn't. It's
Mhm.
hard to justify it. Extreme polarization signature. Surface reflectivity and polarization, unlike most known comets, why it matters, suggests unusual surface material or grain structure. Number 8, abrupt color change during approach. We've seen this a lot of color changes and very quick color changes. Shift from red to near solar reflectance. So basically, the color of the sun.
Mhm.
This is somewhat recent too. Why does it matter? It indicates rapid surface evolution or resurfacing. Complex, number 9, complex organic molecules detected: methanol, hydrogen cyanide, etc. So cyanide has been present as well. Why does it matter?
Hydrogen cyanide? Is
Yeah,
that what you said?
yeah.
Hmm.
Methanol and hydrogen cyanide, as well as others.
I wonder if that's like, is that the same cyanide as like how we know it, or is that like a different version?
Well, I'll tell you this.
Okay. That
I've
was
heard
just a
them
random
talk.
thought. Sorry.
I've heard them talk about this. Um, we, I don't believe, will, or from everything they're saying, we won't be going through any of the particles that have come off, right? Which is good.
Okay.
And they said that's good because otherwise it would be cyanide involved in that.
Okay.
And it was said that would not be good for us.
Okay. So it
And
is the
this, I believe,
cyanide in which we know it. Okay.
yeah, in a way, I'm sure. And you can go watch Avi Loeb and Dr. Brian Keating. He's does this stuff as well. He's won some awards. I believe it was in there. They were talking about it as well. I just saw that today, actually. I think it was. But I would go listen to it.
Mhm.
So it's not unique, but unusually strong signals. The methanol, hydrogen cyanide. It's not unique, but it is unusually strong signals from that. So interesting. Number 10, unusual dust to gas ratio deviates from typical comet models. Why it matters? It hints at non-standard composition or structure. So the amount of dust we're seeing versus gas is completely different than what we thought. So jumping to category B, these are genuine anomalies. These are anomalies that are harder to explain. Number 11, non-gravitational acceleration pattern. Acceleration not fully explained by standard outgassing models. Shit, where have we seen this before? Oumuamua. As
I
Oumuamua
love that name.
went away from the sun, it sped up, and there was zero visible outgassing. So why does this matter? It's similar to the Oumuamua debate.
Ah.
Right. Number 12, early water activity far from the sun. Water vapor detected at distances where water ice shouldn't sublimate strongly.
Mhm.
Why does this matter? It requires unusual thermal or compositional explanations. We detected it on July 1st, 2025. Water was detected between July 31st and August 1st. So very early on, we were detecting that in ways we shouldn't be. It shouldn't have
Yep.
been coming out as strong as it was. Rapid morphological changes. The tail and coma structure evolving faster than expected. Why that matters? It suggests unstable or layered nucleus. 14, rare ecliptic plane alignment. We've talked about this a lot.
Mhm.
Orbit
Oh, yeah.
unusually close to the solar system's plane. Why does it matter? Statistically improbable, though not impossible. Now, I did hear Avi Loeb say when he was talking to Dr. Brian Keating, he was talking again about this very briefly, and he mentioned the degree that our solar system's plane is on compared to the galaxy, Milky Way galaxy. It's at a 60-degree angle, which is why it's such low odds of something coming in almost on the plane, 1 in 500 chance. And one thing I don't like that they talk about is they say, we should have expected to see hundreds and hundreds of these before seeing one almost completely on the ecliptic plane. And I have questions about that because it's only the third one we've seen. But
I mean,
that doesn't mean that's only the third one that's come in. That's just the third one we've seen. This could easily be that 1 in 500.
We have a very short history of being able to observe and record the heavens, as they so called it. So, of course, there's probably been more, 3 that we have observed, but at the same time, 1 in 500, considering how many foreign bodies of rock are floating around space, that doesn't sound that much. But when you look at that little section, that 1 in 500 refers, I think people may not actually be putting 2 and 2 together because
and I don't blame them. I mean, who the hell knows about this stuff?
The 1 in 500 is speaking of just that little strip. It's not.
That's the thing. You got the solar system plane here.
Yeah. So then it really makes that so much higher. But because 1 in 500 does not sound high.
Yeah, you have Milky Way plane, you have our plane.
Yeah.
If we were in the Milky Way in that ring, flat with it, we'd probably have had
see them all the time.
Tons. We'd probably already have another cataclysmic event. We wouldn't be talking right now. We'd probably already be gone. Who knows?
Yeah, probably.
It's a 60-degree angle. Who knows how it's tilted? But now you don't have the whole outer disk for it to come in on. Yep. Only a small fraction. That's why the 1 in 500 is actually super low.
But people I don't think, really understand that.
No. I mean, I didn't either.
You really gotta break it down sometimes. Yeah. It's 1 in 500 does not sound that low.
Yeah,
but it is.
But it actually So, number 15, possible thick disk galactic origin. I thought you'd like that.
Freudian slip much?
Purposely. Possible thick disk galactic origin. Motion
don't say that ever again.
May come from an older stellar population. Why it matters. It impacts theories of interstellar object populations. Moving on to category C. Controversial or speculative, so not proven. Number 16, artificial origin hypothesis. Proposed by Avi Loeb and others. Well, he's just throwing ideas out, and he's said since the beginning this is most likely just nothing more than an interstellar comet. He's never said it has an artificial origin. Never said. Clear that up. Number 17, international trajectory claims, no scientific consensus. Intentional trajectory. This all falls on the same thing. Techno signature, speculation, blah, blah, blah. Shit wasn't ever... Nobody worth their weight in gold has made those claims. Avi Loeb hasn't made those claims. He's just saying, maybe, part of an idea of being more open to other ideas because of the high strangeness. So I just pulled up Avi Loeb's website. Are the 3 mini jets coming out of 3i Atlas at 120 degree separation a technological signature? So I'm not going through this whole piece on his site. I just wanted to, number 1, revisit some of the pictures and read just a couple things here.
So crazy.
Yes. Something else I noticed was not in that list, but had previously been in that list. Interesting. I also want to note, NASA just did something. They, let's look this up. We got it on screen, right?
Yeah.
Tests What's it called? TESS
Tesla.
Space
Sorry.
Telescope. Okay, so the TESS Transitioning Exoplanet Survey Satellite. There's TESS.
Mm-hmm.
Discovers exoplanets, worlds beyond. TESS also finds, monitors, blah 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 blah. Supernova. So it's on an extended mission. It was launched in 2018. Space Telescope, visible light. I mentioned that for a reason. This thing has its own mission. NASA just recently, I think this is in the last week, have begun to reorient it to do what it can to get visual on 3i Atlas.
Cool.
The reason I'm mentioning that is this has been brought up multiple times as pretty odd.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't something they do. Almost unprecedented that they're going to take this thing, reorient it for this. You got to remember, this is doing a specific mission. It's going to use fuel and everything to do that. But it was noted as a significant event because it's not normal. It's not something, it really happens where they're going to do that with this thing. So just want to show you. So again, pictures, I think some of these we've seen. You can see the 3 jets. I mean, this is freaking clear as day. And this one here on this side might be the anti-tail. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that is. You just don't see maybe the 3rd jet because of the orientation at this point. Either way, we'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of see it again here. Here, we've seen some of these. This one, this is the anti-tail right here. So you see the 3 jets. You see the anti-tail. One of the other oddities.
So insane.
Yeah, one of the other oddities about this is the tightness, the stream of the stuff coming out.
Yeah.
It's 100% expected. It's not going to be as tightened and narrow as these things are. But I mean, when I see just this right here, what I'm circling around, that just makes me think of videos I've seen of craft landing, whether it's shit we're testing on Earth or landing on the moon or something landing on another planet. That I just envision standing on this Martian surface, looking up, seeing the rocket or the ship coming down, and firing those 3 thrusters to maintain its attitude so it lands, you know? So the anti-tail, just remember, is 10 times longer than it is wide. It's stretching anywhere from 300 to 600,000 miles. I want to point out in here, let's see. I'll just read a little bit of this right in here. On all these dates, 3i Atlas displayed a rotating system of 3 mini jets, which are equally separated by an angle of 120 degrees from each other. I mean, symmetry is everywhere in nature. We see it in living things like us, animals, insects. You have plants, trees, you name it. Symmetry's there. And yes, those are natural things. Well, 3i Atlas, assuming 100% without a doubt it's a comet, that's just a natural thing. But it wasn't, it's not something that's just formed and made out in space and goes, and it's formed symmetrically. Yet we're seeing the symmetry, which is pretty goddamn perfect, 120 degrees apart. There's your 360 degrees. What are the chances? Here's the problem. Okay. You're fully expecting the sublimation is water ice or dry ice. Here's the problem though. You have an anti-tail that is coming out from a portion that's facing the sun, right? That's getting super warm. These anti-tails, given the symmetry and everything, I mean, it's weird. You're talking about possible pockets of ice. You're talking about perfection. You're talking about the same thing everywhere, which we're going to talk about with the anti-tail here real quick. And that's a biggie. This anti-tail is massive, And ever since it started, it's been massive. It's now past the sun, perihelion, its closest point, and it still has this massively long tail, anywhere from 300 to 600 kilometers or 1,000 miles at any given point. And that takes, there's an issue there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
As it's approaching the sun, you have one side that's facing the sun. And we're also talking about a rotation kind of like this, right? That anti-tail's coming out of somewhere around there, possibly. But anyways, that's kind of the rotation. It's a little wobble. That's what it's seeming as. Like there's a north and a south pole. It's not just some weird random thing. But the part that's sublimating, creating the 600,000 mile long tail, anti-tail, as it passes perihelion, it passes the sun, you have a different area now facing the sun. You would not expect the anti-tails to stay the same length. And it, the same thing with these jets is, where are those sublimating from? What's facing the sun that's causing that shit to go out the side? Not at the sides, it's probably coming more this way towards the camera that we're seeing, but
Yeah.
on angles. And one of the things they were saying was you'd be looking at a deep pocket that would have ice in it, right? And my thinking is you're going to have a tighter area that ice is sublimating out of more force, right? To get a more narrow plume and a longer plume, more pressure, right? But you're talking about the exact same thing in some evenly, symmetrically placed parts, 3 of them. If you're talking about ice that's set down in a pocket, you're going to have the sun nearly overhead of that in order to sublimate that. Because think of it down in a well.
Yeah. No,
There's only a sliver of a day. You're going to get sun at the bottom of that well. So let's go down a little more. Oh boy. So they applied a filter. That's how they got some of those images from Hubble. Symmetric 3 mini jets out to 25,000 kilometers. The 3 mini jets separated by 120 degrees from each other. With the anti-tail. Demonstrates jet structure around Atlas wobbles periodically by plus or minus 20 degrees over a period of 7.1 hours. The wobble is likely the result of rotation, with each jet behaving like a misaligned beam from a rotating lighthouse. The rotation axis is oriented surprisingly close, within 10 to 20 degrees to the sunward direction, as already inferred back in August. So kind of woo like this. And here's the sun. It's facing the sun almost. Let's see. The observing direction of Atlas from Earth will align to within 0.69 degrees with the anti-sunward tail direction. Oh, so that just happened the other day. We passed in front of the sun, and boom, basically almost another conjunction. Sun, Earth, Atlas. That gave us an interesting perspective with the sun being behind us, apparently. The symmetric 100, this is a quote from one of Avi Loeb's colleagues, and this is Avi Loeb's Medium website, Dr. Frank Laukian. He said, the symmetric 120 degrees angular spacing between the 3 mini jets is astounding. It's hard to imagine such a symmetry in a natural macroscopic object. We shouldn't be seeing this, And he goes into some ideas, theories. 1 out of 18 anomalies of 3i Atlas. So we're up to 18 now.
Wow.
Insane. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Here's Avi Loeb.
Yep, that would be him.
And here's that goddamn anti-tail. So
The goddamn anti-tail wanted 350.
let's
Sorry.
bring that down. So what do you think about the 3 mini jets now that they've said they actually are exactly at
I
120
am
degrees from
in
each
no
other?
way surprised about that.
Right.
No way. In no way surprised. Like, I already knew that was coming. I looked at that shit and I was like, dang.
Yeah, it's
Dang.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I really like how, like, Avi got down and broke it to, like, well, they're angled this way or that way of each other 10 to 20 degrees. And it's like,
Right.
which explains the wobble of the rotation. And I'm like, it's cool. So
Well,
it's
that
not could,
they're
right.
not stating that.
But could explain that. But they also are saying that they're not, like, they're a little off kilter. They're
Yeah.
not perfect. So, I mean,
They are 120 degrees apart.
correct. But the
aiming
angle.
out not at the same angles. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. My mind continuously goes to, like, what are the chances this is something else? It's not a comet. Like, would that even be possible? I really don't think so. I mean, even if there is life out there and they're technologically advanced enough to get a craft like this and send it out in the middle of nowhere, number one, they're already gone. I mean, it takes millions of years, maybe up to a billion, for that thing to get here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ, it wouldn't be operational still. You're talking about needing wormholes or portals to be real. Light speed, I personally don't think we'll ever be able to reach light speed. I don't think it's possible. I really don't. However, I have a friend who is an engineer. He totally believes someday we'll be able to do it.
Someday.
He thinks it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of will we ever be able to figure it out. But he thinks it's probably possible. I'm like,
I agree with him.
I don't. I'm not opposed to the idea, but I just don't see how. I mean, you really got to look a lot into propulsion and what goes into these things and what goes into moving an object in space.
Hopefully,
I don't think so.
I'm just saying, hopefully, maybe in 500 years, we can get
Well,
to.
hopefully, maybe in 5 fucking years, I want to be alive and see it.
Well, anyways, so in 500 years, maybe, yes. Like, I can see Star Trek, being a thing. I mean, they had cell phones in Star Trek, essentially. And hey, look at that. Now we do as well. We can FaceTime with each other. We can video call.
Yeah. Well, just keep in mind, traveling at the speed of light is still not reasonable for human travel.
For us.
You need 3 to 4 times the speed of light to make a trip worth it. Otherwise, your life's gone. You're dead.
Yeah. I mean, beam me up, Scotty. Take my particles. Put them back somewhere else.
Speaking of that, I don't know why, but do you want to take a guess how long it's going to take for 3i Atlas at its current speed to exit our solar system? And this is the Oort cloud, the alleged Oort cloud. I want to point that out too. God damn, I've always heard of the Oort cloud. I thought it was a real fucking thing. It's not. They don't know that it actually does or does not exist. It's a good working theory, but the Oort cloud is not proven to exist. FYI. So the alleged Oort cloud.
Okay.
You want to guess how long you think it's going to take Atlas to leave our solar system, meaning leave the Oort cloud?
I'm going to say it will take 2 millennia.
Oh,
2,000 years.
Okay. Do you want another guess?
Oh, shit. Up or down?
Not telling you.
Okay. So I guess I will. Oh, I hate this game. This is why I could never be on Prices Right. I'll go up. I'll say 10,000 years now.
10,000 years?
Sure.
That was a lucky guess.
What?
Yeah, 10,000 years.
Maybe I should be on Price is Right.
Well, lottery. Yeah, it's at
Uh,
its speed and, accounting for it
Jesus.
slightly slowing down about 10,000 years.
Okay.
Voyager's not even out of our solar system. I thought it was.
Mm-mm.
It just reached recently, a couple months ago, one light day away from us.
Yep.
It's been out there that long.
Yeah.
That will take approximately 28,000 years to completely exit our solar system.
Damn, Voyager. Okay.
So you see what I mean? 3i Atlas. It's going to be another 10,000 years till it leaves our solar system
Yeah.
at about 130,000 miles an hour. Imagine going from 4 light years away. Oh, I forgot what I said before. I had the calculations for it, but it was stupid.
Yeah. Oops,
There's humanity'd probably be gone, extinct again by then. I say again because I think there was life. I think we were here before. It's something.
Yeah. Jinx.
Yeah.
Well.
So it's insane, these numbers, and you really need more than 1 times the speed of light to do this kind of travel. Even with our current lifespan, even if it's not a manned craft, it's just automated, it's still too long. I mean, we're going to jump so far in the future by the time, and we'll never be able to get anything back from this thing. Like, we'll never be able to send it signals until it slows down or stops if it's traveling at light speed, So it'd have to be 100% fully automated, perfect manufacturing and everything. Don't break down and go. Because we'll never be able to communicate with it. We can get stuff from it, right? It'll just take longer the farther it gets away because it's sending signals here, but us sending signals to it, if it's traveling at the speed of light and it's only been traveling at the speed of light for 1 day and we send a signal, boom, it says hi. That signal's always going to be 1 light day behind it until that thing comes to a stop. Then it's going to take full 24 hours to get there. Shit's just weird. So that is the update. 120 degree symmetrically placed apart. That's weird, I think. So, especially that all 3 are sublimating and how many are actually facing the sun, man. But it's going to come close to Jupiter in March. So I'm sure there's going to be plenty of updates and more oddities learned by then. So
probably.
We will be back with that, I'm sure.
You definitely will.
Any parting thoughts on Atlas? You're in love with it now? You're even more skeptical if it's a comet now?
I am 0.5% more skeptical, yes.
Yeah. Definitely more skeptical, but still probably a comet. Even Avi Loeb said this week with Ryan Keating, probably a comet. So with that said, we're out. Okay.